guys, today we're going to do something a little bit different from what we normally do. Instead of doing roleplay and a little story audio, this is just me speaking out of character, and I thought it would be nice if we did a little bit of unboxing and playing with and reviewing some fidget toys that I purchased recently. I'll tell you guys how we got here with the first quote-unquote toy that we have to review. So lately on my Twitch stream, I have found myself playing with what I guess I can call our first toy, which is packets of Justin's almond butter. This is actually, I'm starting with this because I guess I should probably say this is not a sponsored video. At least that's what I hear other people say on their non-sponsored videos. It's not a sponsored video. This is just me doing this for fun. I bought these to eat. And I bought one. This is how, I promise this is how we got here. On the back of these packets, it says, before opening, knead and squeeze. Okay? And my first time in a while eating one of these packets, I forgot to kind of like mix up the packet. And the thing about this is there's like oils and, stuff in here that separates inside the packet. And so basically when I opened the first packet, all of like this like liquid kind of like oil came out the top, and then there's just like really thick and chunky almond butter at the bottom, and you're supposed to mix it. So I went back to the store after enjoying my unmixed packet of almond butter, and I bought some more. I bought a maple almond butter, and I bought a chocolate hazelnut almond butter, which I could not find another one of for this video, and I'm really bummed out about it. I texted Egg, and I was like, I ate my fidget toy. But with these, you are supposed to mix them. So we'll take this maple almond butter one, for example. At the top, it's kind of like empty. There's just air and like oil up here, and at the bottom, you can kind of hear it's full of like more solid stuff. And so you were supposed to pinch and squeeze, and see how if I pinch this, it kind of stays full, right? It's because there's thick almond butter down there, where if I squeeze at the top, it squishes very easily because there is oil up here, and you are supposed to pinch and knead and squeeze this. And once I started doing this and just like embracing how good it felt to mix up the insides of this almond butter packet, I could not stop. I was just like, it's so satisfying to get the thick, buttery parts of the almond butter out from the bottom and to kind of like mix this. And I just had so much fun with mushing up this little plastic packaged thing of almond butter. This is the maple almond butter. This one was pretty good. The chocolate hazelnut almond butter comes with like effectively Nutella in it, and that added another layer of different consistency inside the packet to mix in, and I really liked how that felt. And I'm very bummed that when I went to the store today for this video, I could not find the chocolate hazelnut one. But that one was my favorite so far. So for this video, I also went and I got a honey almond butter, and I got a vanilla almond butter. And I just thought maybe after we mix up this maple almond butter that we can switch over to those and see how we feel about them. I bet you, if you haven't seen me playing with these on stream, I bet you weren't expecting grocery store almond butter ASMR. I promise there are toys that are intended for fidgeting after this, but since the almond butter is how we got here in the first place, I felt like it would be wrong to not start with it. Although I'm sure that the other toys will offer a better visual experience, so I guess I'll try not to. Ooh, there's like a chunk of like maple here. I can feel it. I wish with all my heart that these were see-through so that you could see inside, like the stuff mixing in the packet. So if anybody knows anything about plastic packaging and how I can safely package this in a clear packet, oh man, it's fucking over for me, man. Okay. So this is pretty mixed up. And the great thing about these is if you leave it out for a while and you don't mix it up again, sometimes the oils and the almond butter will separate again so that you can kind of like mix it up a second time. So it's kind of like a long-term recharge for the packet, but it does kind of get reusable. Now the reason I didn't really want to permanently have this be my fidget toy, and why I kind of went down a rabbit hole the other night of finding better ones, is I don't know, like the safety value of like spending hours mushing a packet of like a perishable good inside a like plastic packet. So I tried to find some better options. But before we move on, I would really like to try out the vanilla almond butter one. This is the one that I have hopes for, of it hopefully being somewhere near as good as the chocolate one. I'm also excited to eat this one. I do like vanilla flavor, but we'll see. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. That's very it's definitely, it doesn't have the thickness of the third layer that the chocolate hazelnut one has, but seeing as none of us can see inside the packet, I think at least I've gotten my point across with the almond butter packets as a viable kind of like squishy toy. Oh, I love the fact that you can just mix this up though. I love that it's still chunked up and like grouped up here. You can kind of see it when I squeeze. It remains like kind of thick up here. When I squeeze up here, it immediately flattens all the way. So we want to kind of try to get all of this mixed up as much as possible. Oh yeah, that's good. I am not a very frequent consumer of ASMR content. There are pieces of ASMR content that have really done it for me in the past, but this is kind of me exploring right now. Ooh, I thought you guys would like this. Hang on, let me move my microphone. Pardon, it's gonna make a little bit of noise. Hopefully not too much, but I thought you would like this. was like, should I try the tippy taps on the desk? And I tested it out before the video started, and I was like, that's not half bad. You guys will have to give me feedback though, on what you liked, and if there was stuff you didn't like. I'm not the expert. Not the expert on what is good. Oh, there we go. Oh, we just got right up in there. Oh, it cleared out all of the thick stuff that was in there. And the best part from a sensory perspective is if you just kind of pinch after it's mixed up, you can kind of pinch, and not only does like it kind of separate where you pinch, but also you can feel little grains. I'll try to hold this up so you can see. I don't know if you can tell. Right here, where my finger is pointing, there's like tiny little bumps. And in there is like teeny, tiny little like granules of like crushed, chopped up, not even chopped, just like obliterated bits of almonds. And I love just like feeling, it's like it's goo, it's goo, it's goo, and then when you squeeze all the way down, the goo separates, and then there's just like little grains in there. So yeah, I can't speak to the like food safety of over massaging a packet of almond butter, but you can get these for like $2 to $3 at like your local convenience store or grocery store, and I have to say that I recommend these because they did kind of kickstart both my desire to get fidget toys and by extension my desire to attempt to make something ASMR. So here we are. The next toy that we'll review is kind of the most natural extension of the almond butter packets. I got this for $24.95. No, I didn't. I get this for $6. $6.37 on Amazon, and this is the GooToobz squishy sensory tubes. This is a product that comes in a bunch of different colors. I got the one that's called Glitter Gush Blue. And I bought this because I wanted something that would allow me to kind of continue to do this motion. I kind of like to squeeze from top to bottom, and like back up to the top, and I like to squeeze in a little bit, and then I like to go back out again. I just kind of like to chase where the stuff in this packet is. People who skipped to the second toy are like, why the fuck is the almond butter back? But I was pretty excited. It was actually it was really difficult for me to not play with this very much because it's so accessible, right? You can see it says try me, squish me here, and I played with it a little bit, and I was like, I should really save my reactions to this toy for you guys. So every time it's been sitting on my desk taunting me for the past like 5 or 6 hours. But now we're here, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. You can actually see there's glitter in here too. Let's open this packet. Okay. So it comes in just like this clear packaging. I kind of liked how it looked with the metallic one. Oh, we gotta be careful with that. I kind of like how it looked with the metallic material behind it. But we'll discard this. Oh, here's some more of the colors that they have available. This is the one that we got. This is the Glitter Gush, the blue. This Rumble Rush, I guess, is the green, and then the purple is Pearl Swirl? I'm kind of curious because it has sensory ratings for each of them, and it's like this one apparently has better touch, and this one has better sound, and this one has better vision. I don't know how true that holds because I don't really believe that the substance in this packet is viscous the way that the almond butter is. I think it's just like water. So let's finally kind of, oh, that's very, oh, you know what, guys? This is still in packaging. There we go. I was gonna say this is a very loud toy, and I was kind of oh. Oh. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I really let me turn off some of these lights a little bit. Let's see if there's a way I can make this a little bit less reflective for you guys, because it's a little hard to see in the packet with all of these lights that I have around my desk. But the way that the glitter like rushes, oh, that is nice. You can kind of hear the glitter as well. Oh, fuck, you guys. I could probably do this for hours. I really like watching my eyes are focused on this part right here, because there's a little bit of a crease when I kind of like hold it like this, and you see how some of the glitter gets caught in the middle a little bit, and it builds up until either it like gets pushed past or the direction reverses. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, okay, here's something I really appreciate about this toy. The GooToobz logo is properly reversed, so it doesn't feel like there's a side that's necessarily like a bad side. I do think this print here, this Sky Castle Toys LLC text, and this kind of like serial number here, I do think those are kind of reversed, so we kind of know for sure that this is the front. But oh fuck, I did not expect the sound of the glitter to be so much of a draw of this. Oh, this is great because I can kind of squish the top parts of this, and it kind of doesn't really move the water as much. But if I kind of like squeeze with my whole palm, oh, I can kind of hold it like this, and then the rest of this kind of becomes like extra firm, and I can play with it like this. Oh, and when I squish it here, it pulses in my other hand. I can feel it pulsing over here. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, guys. For $6, I kind of, pardon me, I have no concept of how long this video has gone on for. But I'm like worried now because I'm like, should I move on to the next toy? Oh, but I can't stop. Let's see if I can slow down the flow of glitter. Oh, you can kind of like try to make it as smooth as possible. It's actually really difficult to make it smooth. I wonder if I can try to like get as much glitter as possible, kind of like to one end. That's actually really hard because there's air in here and it kind of moves the glitter around. Oh, wow. This is, honestly, if this toy had just a little bit of almond butter. I'm sorry. I don't think me laughing out loud like that is supposed to be ASMR. But if this toy just had a little bit of the consistency of almond butter to mix in with the water, this would be the most perfect. I would be done. I would be like, we don't even need to open the other toys. This is it. Like if this had like memory gel or whatever in it, it would just be fucking over. It would be so over. Oh, I love how you can kind of catch some of the glitter sideways when you squeeze this, and you can kind of crunch it a little bit. Here, I'll hold it up to the microphone. Well, now I can't do it. Oh, the little bits of glitter. Catching them is really satisfying. Oh, there you go. That was a crunch. Oh, you hear that crunch? You can hear my neighbors leaving their apartment. Sorry, there's not much I can do about that. This is not a particularly ASMR friendly apartment. I love that there's this little crease here. I don't think it was intentional, but just the way I'm holding it and the way it's shipped, there is just I love that some of the sparkles get caught there. It's mesmerizing. Here, I'll hold this up for you. You can see the sparkles getting caught in the middle there. It's like watching sediment build up in a river, which is really oddly satisfying. If I kind of crunch it a little bit, if I make that crease a little bit harsher, and then when I slow down the glitter, it really builds up a little bit better. Of course, as soon as I said that, it stopped doing it, but probably because the glitter is all grouped up now. Oh, look at how much glitter got stuck in the middle there. Oh, again. Let's see if I can get it again. Oh, yeah. Oh, guys. Okay. This thing, I thought this was going to feel really cheap. I thought I was going to be worried about it bursting and it being flimsy and the plastic getting worn out. And given it's a $6 to $7 toy, I expect that it will need replacement sooner rather than later if I would like to continue playing with it. But it's not as cheap as I thought it was going to feel. The plastic is pretty thick. I feel like I can kind of yank at it a little bit, and it's not going to. I don't feel like it's gonna rip unless I actively try to rip it. But if I'm just playing with it as intended, I don't feel worried about it bursting or leaking right now. Again, this is as the product is new. Look at that glitter buildup in the middle. Oh, yeah. Oh, I love watching it. Okay. For less than $7, I gotta say I quite like this thing. I kind of don't want to move on to the next toy anymore. I feel like we gotta come back to this, right? I can see this becoming a staple of me just fidgeting when I need something to do with my hands. So, alright. GooToobz, squishy sensory tubes. Pretty immediate big fan of this. let's move on to the next toy. Let's do this one next. This one was another buy where I was trying to replicate the joy that I get out of squeezing the almond butter packet. I figured that the GooToobz were going to be very liquidy. I would love if it was more like gooey, but it is just kind of like water in there, which is what I assumed it would be. So I'm not disappointed. But I did want something that had more of like a goo-like consistency, or something a little bit more squishy. So this next toy, they are the Speks brand Gump stress balls. I got these for like about 20 bucks. And they only come in 3 packs. This box is surprisingly ASMR. I feel like a cat who is just like given a toy and then is more fascinated by the box for it than the actual toy. Okay guys, I think this is probably just cardboard box ASMR now. Okay, let's open the toy. Get our X-Acto knife so we can slice the sticker open without ruining our nails. Ooh, these I have pretty high. Oh, they come individually packaged. Okay, so we've got a pink, we've got a green, and we've got a blue. They come in these little plastic cubes. Let's get them out of here. Let's start with one for now. This is taped shut as well. I don't really want to pick at this, so we're just going to cut it open. Oh, it's got more stickers. A lot of stickers on this packaging. I guess as it is a very malleable product, it does need a little bit of care. Am I going to regret saying this? Are you a malleable product that needs to be handled with care? I don't know what kind of ASMR this is yet. I don't know where this is going, but okay. Okay. That's not bad. It doesn't really make a lot of sound, so it's probably not great from an ASMR standpoint. But it is very squishy. Oh, And I love that it kind of just, how it rebounds back into being this. But it's not foam the way that a regular stress ball is foam. There's like gel in here. I do read about these kind of like gel balls having people online will sometimes have durability issues with them. It feels like there's a little bit of like flour or like baby powder or something on these. Probably just to kind of like smooth over the feeling of what feels like silicone on the outside. I do like squishing this. Oh, I love that when you squish it, it does become like kind of see-through. Oh. Okay. Oh, I like kind of, if I squeeze here, I wonder if I can get it to kind of, oh yeah. Oh, that's good. Kind of like get it to squeeze out of like a different place. That's nice. I did kind of see something funny in here. There's like some kind of like blob in here. I don't know if that's intentional or not. This is nice. I bought this because it was kind of like gel. I can kind of reproduce that motion, that kneading motion. Oh, but instead of having to go up and down like I do with the almond butter, right? Kind of going up and down the sides like this, like I have been doing. Up and down with my thumbs and my fingers in the back. When I do this, I can just kind of keep rolling it in a circle. And that's really not bad. Okay. This toy, I'm going to say, did not make as good of a first impression as the GooToobz did. But the more that I play with it, the more I am seeing its potential. This part here, I don't know how I feel about yet. It's I'll allow myself to say this, since if you're watching this, you're most likely aware of my other work. This kind of feels like a nipple. It feels like this is like a boob and there's like a nipple here. This is like a firmer piece of the rubber. It most likely is how they sealed the material, how they sealed the liquid, the gel inside of this thing. All of them, I believe, have this. You can kind of see it through the packaging. Now here's the thing, is they did sell this to us in a pack of 3. So let's see how we feel. I'm enjoying playing with a single one of these, but let's see how we feel when we get to play with more than one of them at the same time. That being said, it is kind of cool that they come in little individual packages. I wonder if you can buy them in the individual packages, but I guess even if you get the set of 3, they are very easily shareable or giftable, it would seem. It's kind of a lot of packaging for my taste, but it's kind of just a one-time issue. Although I suppose maybe you keep this packaging around for storage. Maybe let's not, maybe I won't throw these out quite yet. Let's put them in my desk shelf for safekeeping. And, ooh, I do like getting to squeeze 2 of these. This is, I would say oddly, but it's not that odd. I feel like it's like oddly sensual. But if you are into that kind of thing, then, you know, more power to you. I know I'm into that kind of thing. Now that I am playing with them, when I was ordering these, I was like, why would I ever get one box of all the same color? But now that I'm here, I'm like, wow, wouldn't it be nice if these were the same color? Wouldn't that be cool? So, this one does kind of feel like it's got a little bit of, like air bubble on the seal. And the seal isn't very like nicely applied here. It's like got a little bit of roughness here. So I can't say much. I feel like the pink one, now that I'm looking at the 3 nipples. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, you can squish them together. Oh. Now that now that I can't take these seriously, but I don't think I need to take them seriously. Oh, they're just boobs. I need a moment. I'm sorry. I need some water. I'm a little too thirsty right now. I don't even know what I was saying. I do read online that a common complaint about these is that they are susceptible to wear and tear. And they do kind of get like, because the material is like rubbery, soft silicone, it will also kind of get like dirtier as like the wear and like not necessarily dirty, but like the wear and tear that's applied to these will kind of like change the appearance. They'll kind of go from feeling a little bit more clear to being a little bit more cloudy. Is kind of like what I see online for like before and after. So I would say do be like aware of that. I don't really get the sense that the GooToobz will feel really worn out. But again, that's just pure speculation. Where these, I can kind of already feel how they would eventually get worn out in like not a super long period of time, especially the way that this one's constructed. So, but I do love getting to kind of like, now I kind of wish I had 4 of them. Maybe I will buy more. This is a very odd thing to say, but I kind of wish that this were just like more intentional of a nipple. Like it feels like they were trying to hide a little bit more that it's a seal, and I wish that they'd just embraced it and been like, this is where the seal is, this is how we shut the stress ball, and just like maybe put like a logo here or something other than, you know, allowing it to be kind of like scraped up and flawed. Like this is right out of the packaging. So not like wowed by the build quality of these, but I do quite like how they feel to squish. And I think my favorite part about them visually is how when you squish them far enough, the material goes from being kind of like cloudy and concentrated to being thinned out and turning clear. I think that's got to be like my favorite thing about it. I like that you can apply a little bit more pressure to these as well, because they are a little bit more resistant. I do like that. The GooToobz don't really they're very responsive to even like a little bit of pressure because this is just water, right? So I feel like I really like this toy, but I don't feel as rewarded for kind of like applying firm or sudden pressure. It's still rewarding, but the way that these give you a bit of resistance as you squeeze, and even when you get to the most, even as you flatten this, right, there is still 2 layers of this rubbery silicone. So even after you squeeze all of the gel away and you're just squeezing the layers of the toy together, there still feels like there's a little bit of resistance, and I quite like that. So I gotta say, as a sensory toy, not as amazing as the glitter and the GooToobz, but as a tactile sensation, oh, this is great. I can just squeeze. Let me tilt my hands up like this. I wonder if I can kind of like kind of make a little burger out of them. At the end of the day, it's very hard to not just like do this and be like I can't see how long I've been recording for. Oh, we've been here for 45 minutes. That's crazy. But yeah, I just really wanted something other than an almond butter packet to play with on like when I do Twitch streams and stuff like that. So I will allow myself to move on. I do still kind of have to tear myself away from them. I don't feel like I'm tearing myself away as much as I had to tear myself away from this. I'm shockingly satisfied. I thought this was going to be a little underwhelming, but the moment it showed up and I like had to resist the temptation to play with it off camera, I kind of got the feeling that it was going to be good. Like when it showed up in my apartment, I feel like I had to tear myself away, like the temptation of the One Ring, where this is like, I do have to tear myself away from them because they are so fun to squish. Squishing them feels good. Fuck. That is nice. That's just a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Oh, I like how the logo, you can kind of like squeeze the logo. That's kind of fun. I almost wish that these were more textured now. Oh, though if they had some like lines running around or some swirls or something. Oh, I would fuck with that. I can say fuck during ASMR, right? I don't. How many like toy reviews do you guys watch for like SFW toys where people say fuck? I feel like I feel like all the toy reviews that I've watched are like very professional. But I want to say fuck, and that's the kind of channel this is. So I'm going to say it, and we're going to move on. We've got 2 more. The next 2 I did not buy with... Hang on. It's getting warm. Okay. We're taking off the shirt. The next 2 I did not buy with the intention of replicating the squishing motion, but they did look like toys that I would have fun with. So, let's open up. We'll go in this order. So I think the last one will be the most, like, auditorially ASMR stimulating, right? So we'll kind of go in order. This is the third toy that we have for today. This is the push peel sensory activity board. I got this for $22.99, so like $23. It comes in at least one other color that I found. It was like a red, but it was like a berry red, kind of like a like darker than a strawberry or a raspberry might be. But I kind of thought that the this kind of like blue-green color was a little bit more relaxing to look at. It also matches my desk mat quite well. So let's go ahead and open this up. Okay, notably this does come with a carrying case. Is this ASMR? I have a emote on Twitch about that meme where the guy's holding a butterfly going, is this me going like, is this an audio? I think this is, I need to get that emote updated to be like, is this ASMR? Do I really want to rip this? Let's just use some scissors. A little bit of scissors. ASMR. Is that a thing people do? That's kind of fun. I don't really get tingles, but it is a satisfying noise. Maybe I should invest in a better, a newer pair of scissors. I'm doing the thing again where I'm getting distracted by the packaging. Oh, but it's so distracting. I feel like this video should not be labeled as like ASMR toy review, like Fidget toy review, but more like Av discovers ASMR. Just me going, ooh. Okay, I could actually do this all day. I feel like I need to put this away. Okay. Anyways, the push peel board. Basically, this toy comes with these like silicone noodles. Oh, this is silicone. I don't know what these are made out of, but basically you can slot them into this board and you can take them out and you can just kind of play with them. This looked fun because I like to fit things together and take them out again. So I thought that this would be, the drawback of this toy is that it's not very, it doesn't really make any noise. Ooh, this right here, this kind of like curve, this really sharp curve, is really satisfying to like run my finger along this and kind of like weave this in. Okay, this is immediately a very satisfying toy to play with. It's not like I don't feel like it's ASMR. This is not an ASMR experience from a sound standpoint, but there is kind of like a very visual ASMR element to it. And from a tactile standpoint, this is really nice. It feels really good to like slide my finger along here and like put the noodle into the slots like this. And then does it feel good to like take it out? Oh, to peel that off. Oh, that does feel good. Can these get stuck in here? Let's experiment. Oh, okay. I could see myself getting sucked into this. I think this is what I need to like watch cutscenes in video games without skipping the dialogue, and like to like watch television without like multitasking. Like this will, okay, here's the question. Is now this piece is kind of stuck in here. What's the easiest way to get it out? Can I take another one of these and kind of like push this out a little bit? Oh, a little bit you kind of can. I think maybe if it weren't the most like, what's the easy, you can kind of pick this out. Oh, it does feel good to remove them also. Okay, they're pretty easy to pick out. I want to be as gentle as I can with my nails. I was really stressed out today because I went to do archery, and I like did some groceries. And I was like, please, 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 I just need to like make it to tonight without damaging my nails so that I can record this video, and then anything can happen to them after that. I recorded a video for Fansly. I can say it, whatever. I'm not monetizing my YouTube content. I made a video for Fansly after I did my nails, and I was like, okay, good. And then I went down the rabbit hole of these fidget toys and desk toys, and I was like, let's see if I can just keep it going for a little bit longer. Okay, I really like playing with this thing. Oh, when it curves, it feels really good. I think, again, for like $20, this is pretty good. This is definitely a toy that I like from its like tactile sensation. I'll try to hold this up so you can kind of get a better angle. But it feels really good to like feel the noodle kind of like going into that groove. Oh yeah. Oh fuck. That's good. I like this, kind of funny. It's actually not a bad thing. It's kind of funny how like these kind of like hang over if you use these loops here. I love that there's all sorts of like different little ways to like kind of use this board. You can put one in here, and then it kind of, oh, okay. I like this one quite a lot. I don't know if it's good. I don't think it's good like ASMR content, but holy shit, does it feel good on my fingers. How does it feel? Like, how many of these, they're called, I keep calling them noodles, but the packaging I think calls them strings. Let's just put them all in here. Okay, so it's like pretty satisfying that there are like, it feels like they give you a good amount of these strings to kind of like fill up most of this board, like a pretty healthy amount of this board. I feel like I think this is probably like the most strategic amount of strings that they could have given you. Would have been cool if you could fill in every little nook and cranny of this thing, but I think this is the amount that makes the most sense. And I love that the board kind of grips the noodle a little bit as you pull it out. It gives you just like a little bit of resistance. It feels really good to kind of like slowly peel this string off of the board. Oh, and you can pull in one direction and the resistance changes direction based on where you are in this curve. And that feels nice. I bet you could also, if you just turn this, if you just twist it, oh yeah, see how it's still kind of coming loose? I wonder if I can get this one out only by twisting it. Oh. Oh, okay. These are also kind of fun to play with. This is pretty good. I'm shocked at myself. I'm kind of disappointed in myself for like never really investing in like fidget toys before, because I'm a very like self-aware fidgeter. But I think my fidgeting has kind of evolved in the past like I don't know, like 4 to 8 years, with like my usage of like smartphones and stuff like that. It's turned into like a lot of scrolling, a lot of like Reddit, a lot of like Twitter and stupid shit like that. And I think just having some not phone related, one of my biggest phone fidgets is like mobile games. I love to just like press buttons in mobile games, like just doing dailies and whatnot. But I do think this is a great like physical thing to play with. I love this. I have one really major complaint about this toy. As a unrepentant Virgo, this is going to bother the absolute shit out of me, but I will just have to live with it. There's not an equal amount of every color of this thing. So there's 2 of every color, and then for here, there's, instead of doing a 3rd copy of 1 of every color, there's just 2 blues and 1 orange. I would have really liked if there were 3 of every color. 3 greens, 3 whites, 3 blues, and 3 orange. Feels kind of weird that there's 11 of these. Is 11 the right number? I feel like 12 is a much more mathematically satisfying number. Nope, it's supposed to come with 11. That's a very, like, Virgo complaint to have. One thing that I don't think I've touched on, but I have physically touched on, is the grooves in this board also feel very nice to run your fingers through. I really like the swirls and the curves and the fact that there's a bunch of different ones. You can kind of just like move your hand, like apply a bit of pressure with the rest of your arm, and just like allow the board and the grooves to just kind of like take your finger along a path. I swear I'm not like trying to make an audio right now. I'm just like very relaxed. I'm very relaxed and very satisfied by this, by making this video. This is nice. I kind of think this has a lot of potential. I think it'd be cool if there was like more shit that you could put in here. But yeah, this is great. I can see myself getting lost in this, especially like if I'm watching a TV show. Oh my god. I love the material. The material is like, you can like really drag your finger against it. This is great. Now I'm like really starting to like get into the colors. I really do wish that there had been a more even color distribution. It's technically nothing that buying another one of these wouldn't fix, but that feels excessive. Oh, sorry. Bumped into my mic stand. Apologies. Oh, hold up. Let's just make a pattern with the colors. Oh, I love this one. This part is like the best part right here. The part where it's like the sharpest turn. Ugh, I almost wish this board had more moments like that. But I love this sharp turn. That feels so good to kind of like wedge it in there. Ugh. Let's just peel these out and then we'll move on. I'm experiencing like relaxation sensory overload today. I'm very happy with how reasonably priced I feel all of these things are. The most expensive one that I don't know, I like to say we because we're in this together, aren't we? The most expensive one that we bought is $25, and that's the next toy. When I was going down this rabbit hole of fidget toys, I started looking at like Reddit, I started looking at YouTube reviews, and I fell down the hole of fidget spinners. I've never been like really into fidget spinners. I've like played with them before. I think they're really fun. I like them a lot. And now that I'm an adult with like disposable income, I was like, all right, well, let's look into if there are like nice fidget spinners. And oh god, I discovered a world that I kind of regret discovering. There are like luxury collectible fidget spinners, and I found one and it was like $350. And you could buy like an 18 karat like gold piece for it, and I was like, this is insane. Should I spend $300 on a fidget spinner? And I was like, no. I think when I found this toy, I was like, I don't need a $300 fidget spinner. I think when I stumbled across this online, I was like, okay, I think this looks really nice. The build is pretty good. I think it kind of bothers me. I don't know what this is. Okay, I thought this was paper at first, which would have bothered me, but it's kind of like, it is like a plastic. Unintended ASMR. Oh, what the? You can kind of like peel this off. Is this intentional? Ooh, I don't like that, because without this, it kind of sinks down. So, okay, I don't like the sensation as much. I guess it's an option, but it feels kind of weird that it's so removable. Maybe it's by design. Maybe it's a choice that they're giving the person who's using it. But I don't like this without the this like plastic reinforcement board behind. And it's a little tough to put back on. So it's a little bit of a weird, weird execution here. But with some effort, we should be able to just wrap this thing around again. I'll tell you guys, actually, this is a good segue. When I was in college, when I was an undergrad, I would go to apartment parties that my senior upperclassmen would hold, and when I was a freshman, I would go to eventually I became the upperclassman, right? But I would go to these parties and I would drink, right? And one thing that I do is when I get drunk at parties is I like to clean people's kitchens. So sometimes I would just be at a stranger's house party, and I would be drunk enough, and I would just be I'm gonna clean the kitchen. People would be like, "What are you doing?" I'd be like, "It's time. I gotta clean." But at my upperclassmen's apartment, one of my upperclassmen's apartments, they had these magnetic spheres. These they used to be called buckyballs. And I found out that buckyballs were discontinued years ago due to regulation about tiny magnets being sold as toys because they're a choking hazard. And I was like, fuck. I love those things. I did a little bit of research. I found out there are quite a few bootlegs out there. Sorry for the sirens. There's really nothing I can do about them. There's quite a few bootlegs of buckyballs out there, and they, as cheap as they might be on websites that sell things, I think we kind of have to recommend against them, because if they're bootleg and they're not made properly, they can leave residue, or worst case scenario, have lead content. So if you're into those, be careful. I did buy these, and they are not spherical, but they are magnetic, and this is the same brand as the Gump stress balls. This is Speks Crags ferrit putty is what they're called. Crags, right? I don't really believe that it will function anything like putty, but I did think it would be nice in tribute to the magnets that I used to love to play with. I would like to get some of those at some point. I'm trying to do some research to find what are the right ones to buy in this day and age, but these were cheap. For a medium tin, they sell these in large, medium, and small, and this was a medium. This is a medium tin, and this ran me about $25. They come in a bunch of cool looking colors. This color that we got here is the oil slick color. I got them because I liked how they had different color reflections on the same rock. So let's open this up and see how we feel. This metal tin feels nice, especially with the weight of the stones in there. Looks like we got some plastic packaging. Oh, they're very magnetic. I see why they call it putty. It is. Oh, I love the weight in my hands. That's the first thing, is I love that these are a little bit heavy. The magnets, I don't know, the magnetism of them is not anywhere near as strong as I would have expected, but I actually like that a lot. It makes this way more malleable than I expected. And I feel like you can they kind of like fall apart a little bit, you know, as you I like that they can kind of fall apart. Oh, okay. I was really on the fence about these when I bought them online. But now that I'm playing with them, I feel like this is good. This feels like endless possibility. You can turn them into like I'm already like, you can turn them into a line, like a string. Because they're magnetic, they only go one way, right? I'm delighted already by this. It does make me miss the Buckyballs like spherical magnets. I still think I will find a modern equivalent and try to purchase them and do a separate video with them. But I actually feel like these justify their own existence separately from the strongly magnetized like 5mm spheres, because of how weak the magnets are. Interestingly enough, I kind of thought that this was going to be a little mid of a toy because I expected it to just kind of be like rocks. I didn't expect like this kind of like weak amount of magnetism to be so amusing, but it really does. It kind of feels like water that's made out of rocks. And they are quite fun to play with. They make noise, which is good for the purposes of this video, I suppose. Oh, how do we feel about this? Whew, that's a little loud for you guys, isn't it? That's satisfying, but also, if there are people around you, if you have housemates or anything like that, I can see this driving them insane. As fun as it is for me, I can see that driving a roommate or like a family member crazy. This also, like, I wouldn't like sit next to somebody on the couch and like have these in my hands while we watch a TV show, because I don't want to like watch TV with this in the background. And also they kind of have a little bit more risk of falling apart and like getting everywhere, which again I think is a very good thing for the toy itself. It feels really good that it kind of just like gets everywhere, you know, but it's so magnetic that it's like clean. I feel like this is like gateway to playing with slime. One of my fears about slime is it going to leave residue on my hands? Is it going to mess up like my table if I split? I don't know. I'm told that it won't, but I feel like playing with this is like my gateway to slime. And I have raised a passing interest in doing streams or videos with slime at some point. So yeah, I like these sounds. These are nice sounds. I like this. I don't think it's mind-blowing in the same way that like the GooToobz were, but I can kind of see how there's a lot of lasting value in these. I think it's kind of cool how there are so many different pieces. It kind of feels, oh shit. Yeah, you see, this is definitely like a toy that could get everywhere if you're not careful. Like it's a lot of tiny little pieces that by design don't always stay together. So I feel like this is A toy to be a little bit careful with, and B, maybe something to second think, to reconsider if you have like small children or pets in your household. But like spreading this out, yeah, I don't know if I would really play with these on stream. They are kind of noisy. That's why I bought them. I'm very aware that the last couple toys we bought were very silent toys. But I wanted to get something that made a little bit of noise. And I feel pretty happy with this. I do kind of feel like I need to wash my hands. I think most likely there's some, like, probably some kind of, like, baby powder residue from, like, these, which I think is just, like, part of the initial packaging. I feel like there's, like, this, like, dusty feeling on my fingers. I don't know if these are, like, meant to be washed. If that's, like, a thing that I can do. I kind of want to wash them. and I don't know if that's a thing. But I do think it's great. Oops. Well, there goes one of the lights. I don't know what happened here. Excuse me while I figure that out. Okay. I do think it's cool that they are kind of irregularly shaped. It does seem like it's not random, at least. It does feel like these are kind of, I found two like identical ones earlier. I think these are similar. So I think they are like irregular by design and not by like nature, which is probably fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. See how these all kind of have like a little square on them? It's probably tough for you guys to see. The Elgato face cam doesn't do different range focus very well, so I doubt that I'm even going to be able to show you guys like this, but the way this kind of has a... Yeah, I'll just need a better camera if I want to show that, but these are nice. I see, like, this is a toy that functions like buckyballs for me. Like, I can see, like, if I have friends over and, like, we're a couple drinks in and we're, like, already talking about something. Like, we're not, like, trying to absorb, like, a television show or anything like that. Like, there's got to be, like, music on already. And then, like, I could really just, like, be, like, drunk or tipsy and just, like, I could do this forever, I feel like. With the colors of the rocks kind of just like changing as the light hits at different directions. Yeah, but I don't think this is like a. I would definitely say you're trying to turn it into like a little hamburger patty. Like, you can't build stuff out of this the way that you can out of like the nanospheres. I can't build anything. It's basically just like a magnetic, like, it's like if goo were made out of rocks. But they are nice to play with. I don't see myself using them like on a day-to-day basis because it is kind of high maintenance. I don't really want to leave them outside of the tin. Oh, actually, playing with it inside of the tin. Listen to that. That's nice, actually. And then you can kind of like scrape it off the sides because it's magnet attracting to the tin. Okay. Honestly, playing with this inside the tin is kind of awesome. It offers a lot more resistance because it's already attached to something. I'm finding that I enjoy a little bit of resistance. I enjoy a little bit of resistance on the toys. When there's something to kind of like press against or move against with this. And something I did not consider is the draw of having it in the tin. It is, okay, I don't like this. This is kind of a pain to get them out of the tin. So either the Strat is, yeah, you gotta like really scrape them out of here. It's like they get stuck in here. So maybe either the Strat is keep the bag, and that just kind of feels like a pain in the ass to have to do this every time I want to play with these or put them away. Okay, it's not that bad because they do magnet onto each other. It would be way worse if they were not magnetic. So maybe the Strat is put them in a bag. I don't know. It's a little weird. This feels like a high effort and also like environmentally sensitive or like context dependent toy. You like would probably get a lot more trouble. You'd probably have more difficulty playing with these if you were like on a Zoom call or something like that, or even like in a conversation with somebody. This one I think doesn't require as much visual engagement as you might think it does. You can kind of like, I feel like this, you could watch a TV show and play with them at the same time, even though it's just like keeping track of the noodles is kind of like the hardest part. But doing this and just like because of how nice the grooves are on this board, like you could look at anything else and just let the grooves guide your finger and the noodle in here. These kind of goes without saying. These are silent, and they're silent and very low maintenance. I worry about their durability right now, but they are still fun to play with. And this one, I feel like I wouldn't like play with this like if I was next to somebody who was like trying to sleep, for example. I don't really have an interest in bringing fidget toys like into bed. I think for bed I'd rather just like read or do something like that. These are kind of like for my desk. So I think the fact that this makes a little bit of noise is okay. But I also think it's quiet enough that it's like it gives you a little bit of auditory sensation, but it doesn't feel loud or intrusive enough to trigger like if you are online, like on a call or in a meeting or something like that. I feel like I would kind of use a bit of caution if I were like sitting on the couch watching TV with somebody, though. Like I wouldn't want to like have this noise disturb them. Yeah, I feel like this has a little potential to drive like noise sensitive people a little bit crazy. But I think I will enjoy playing with this when I'm doing things like streaming. But so definitely the most silent toys, or the push peel board and the whatever the fuck these are called, Gump balls. Probably the two toys that I liked the most from this exercise were the GooToobz and the push peel board. Which is kind of what I expected, but I did want to get like a little bit of a variety so I could show them off to you guys. The specs are a little bit better than I expected, but I do find them a little situational. And these are a little bit more pliable than I expected them to be. I expect them to be a little bit more resistant. I don't think the build quality is like amazing on these, but they are fun to play with. I think I view this as like a consumable good. I think this is something that kind of like, if you are really into these, it kind of feels like they'll need to be replaced. Where like these, kind of goes without saying, probably don't need to be replaced. I can see this eventually being replaceable. It is just like a plastic with some liquid inside, but like maybe eventually this plastic will wear down. But this was also $6. it was what, $6.37. They're so cheap. Like I could buy like a stack of these and I could like put them on top of each other. I might buy more of these. I honestly might. But yeah. Highly recommend if you are not allergic. Procure a packet of the chocolate hazelnut almond butter as well. I did like that one a lot. Maybe get like a normal almond butter so you can compare the taste as well. I gotta say, out of all the different flavors of almond butter that I've tried, the chocolate hazelnut was also the most delicious. It was really good. So, but I am looking forward to the vanilla almond butter. So, yeah. This has been my first kind of like ASMR slash fidget toy review slash almond butter review. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that if you put this on with the hope of falling asleep to it, that you got to fall asleep. If you fell asleep to this, I hope you are having a really good dream. I hope that you are at peace. I hope that you are feeling good. I hope that you feel like things are going to be okay. And yeah, let me know if you guys liked this. I'm definitely open to making more of these. I never thought that I was gonna like ASMR, like making content like this, because I don't know like how to ramble in a SFW way without like a prompt, I feel like. But when I have an object or something to like give an opinion on, I feel like it's not that hard for me to talk for a long time, and I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a good time. And yeah, please remember to eat food. Please remember to drink water. And please remember to be nice to yourselves. Bye.